Hey everyone, it's Nolan from Snapzilla on a Tuesday, February the 27th, with a snapshot of a game that came out pretty late in the week last week. Didn't get a whole lot of attention. It did get a feature on the App Store, but at least I didn't give it much attention. The game's called Wormster Dash. It's an endless runner with a really cool art style to it. I mean, I love the artwork, but it kind of missed the mark somewhere. I'll do a quick playthrough of it. The only options, you can pick your characters. You got 4 characters. Guy, gal, dog, and cat. They pretty much play exactly the same. There is a brief tutorial in the beginning. I'll skip over that. But as you can see, it's got a really cool black and white art style to it. It takes a while to get the first game going, this little intro. But you have, as you can see, you've got on-screen controls. You've got a kind of like a double jump, a big jump, and a little jump. And then you have, an attack button. And I'm done. Start that over. That's about it. There's nothing but those 3 controls. It's an auto runner, so most runners usually just either swipe or tap. But I've got to say, this game is ridiculously hard. I mean, you constantly have this worm coming after you. So every step has to be perfect. You mess up once and you're done for. Sometimes you don't even mess up and you're done for. It's really tough. There's different forks, and you can go different routes. If some route might be a little slower than others, it does change up the game a little bit. But right there, I barely messed up any, and I'm done. Which is fine. I don't mind tough games. And this one, I have gotten over 400, I don't know what these are, feet, meters, points. But everything has to be precise. I guess one of my biggest gripes is there isn't a continue, which I'm glad it's a premium game. I'm glad it doesn't have, watch 4 ads to continue, or, I don't know, purchase in it, a couple bucks for a couple continues. But, man, you get a decent run going and you're done with one mistake. And I'm pretty sure that it's endless. I don't think there's any sort of ending to the game. It's just get as far as you can. Oh. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it almost seems like there's just no no way of even getting that far in it. I mean, you almost have like this perfect run and you still end up getting hit. It's a bummer because the visuals are beautiful in it. I love the visuals, and the controls work fine. I don't think I've found anything to actually use my hammer with, but oh, damn it. But everything else, yeah, it looks great. It just needs something. I don't know. I mean, I don't... If it's an endless runner, I guess, you know, there's no point in having any continues. It would be nice to see, maybe if it was, I don't know, different every time you played it. 'Cause it does get kind of boring playing the same thing over and over. But it does feel like it just needs a little something, and I don't want to say add costumes or anything or upgrades. I know I do like that kind of stuff in games, but yeah, for some reason it's just one of them games that you want to love it, but it's just not clicking. I'm playing it on iPhone 6s Plus. It does seem to be kind of lagging a little when you get a bunch of stuff going on the screen. It could just be my phone though. It's hooked up to the computer and it's been acting a little buggy this morning. This would have been really good as a platformer instead of an endless runner. If you had a ton of different levels to go through, even you know, an auto runner, kind of like the Rayman series, where you know, same type of controls, but just set up like a platformer. Oh. I think that was probably the furthest I've gotten. Yep. One more quick try. But yeah, whoever did, I haven't looked to see who did the artwork in this. I'm pretty sure GameLab's just the publisher. But I'd like to see more out of these guys. But anyways, it's on the App Store right now. It's featured this week, and it's in last week's Snap Roundup. I did put it in. I don't know if it popped up on Friday or Thursday, but it's in last week's. I'll put that in the description. It's pretty big file size, 454 megabytes. It's $1.99 on the US App Store. There's no ads, you know, there's just really nothing but what you see. So maybe I'm just spoiled or so used to having a ton of junk on the screen with free-to-play games or even premium games. Maybe I'm just used to that, but if you're into auto runners and something simple like this, it is a fun game. It is a fun, endless runner. There's just not a whole lot to it. Looking at some of the screenshots and at the trailer, it does look like the further you get,